All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Sheri. I'm here today for this little tutorial on finding balance in standing postures. And I decided to use this topic because for the first, 50, 60 years of my life, I the outer part of my legs. And I didn't even know I was doing that. My legs were super bowed, kind of like they are here. And I couldn't even like lift one leg up to scratch my shin or adjust my sock, with finding balance without holding on to something or without leaning my hip against something like that. Okay. But through some good yoga teachers, I learned how to stand properly on my feet. And now I can find balance. So I want to just share some of those ideas with you. Okay. So first of all, I'll invite you to stand up and notice how you typically, your normal stance on your feet. Okay. And you may have to distract your mind a little bit so you're not thinking about your feet. Think about something that happened yesterday or something you have to do later. And then, without changing it, bring your awareness into your own body and just notice if your knees are locked, if there's more weight on one foot, if there is more weight in the heels or more weight in the inner or outer foot. So just kind of notice. Okay. And then I'll show you how to build the stance. Okay. So in the feet, we want to increase the arch. Typically, as we get older, that arch gets a little bit more flat. Okay. So one way to do that is to lift up the ball of the foot and just shorten the foot up and set the ball of the foot back down. Okay. You'll feel the arches of the feet lift a little bit when you do that. Okay. And then from there, soften the knees a little bit. Okay. Really feel the balls of the feet root down. So I'm talking about the big toe ball of the foot as well as the pinky toe ball. And in between those two balls of the feet, there's another arch, the transverse arch. That one lifts up as well. Okay. And then root down to the center of the heel. Okay. And then feel there's three arches between the big toe ball, the pinky toe ball, between the pinky toe ball and the heel, and then the heel and the big toe ball of the feet. Okay. So all of those arches lifting, finding support for the feet. Let the knees stay a little bit soft and let your hands come to your hips. Okay. And see if you can find just a little tiny yielding of these two pelvic halves towards each other. You can even place your hands right on that little bony part, the ASIS. Okay. All right. So we want those to be relatively even and softening towards each other because we want support here for the sacrum. Okay. So the base of the spine, the sacrum, comes in and yields with the pelvis right there at the SI joints, right in your back. Okay. So you want a little broadness there. And you want to feel that sacrum not a little bit forward. Okay. That's its natural position. Okay. And then from that, still softness in the knees, hips right up over the ankles. And then see if you can find that spot where the head, that 8 to 14 pound ball up there that you carry around, is light on the spine. Okay. So you reach up a little bit right through the top of the head. Let the tailbone energetically reach earthward and just find ease and stability with both feet on the floor. All right. So then once we got that there with both feet, we'll start to play a little bit with one foot. Okay. So as you start to yield weight into the one foot, and just start to shift weight back and forth. Maybe the other foot lifts up just a little bit. Okay, so you got some movement here. All right. So we want the pelvis to stay level. Okay, because that's what connects the spine to the legs. Okay, and that's what supports the body. So you want that all to be nice and level. Okay, so then standing poses in yoga class, you'll often find tree pose or Vrikshasana. Okay, so with this one, okay, you first find stability down to the leg you're going to stand on. And let the other leg get light. And then this leg externally rotates. Okay, and the sole of the foot can come to the ankle. Toes can even stay on the earth. Okay, or you can bring them up to the shin. They can come up to the inner thigh. Okay. And then from there, the sole of the lifted foot presses into the inner leg of the standing leg, but the inner standing leg presses a little bit back. Okay? And then we start to incorporate the dristi or the gaze. The eyes can help you find balance here. Okay? Hands can move, can make any shape you want with the hands. Okay, so the dristi, this nice soft gaze, something in front of you that's not moving. All right. And you can obviously take the tree pose on the second side as well, rooting down to the standing leg, externally rotating the lifted leg, and just choose where it would best be serve you. And remember, let that pressure, sole of the foot to the inner leg. It's light, but it's connected. All right, we'll let that one go. Give it a little shake. Okay, so another standing pose you'll see in yoga class often. It's called Uttita Hasta Padangusthasana. Uttita means extended. Hasta means hand. Padangusta is the big toe. Okay, so hand to big toe pose. All right, so it starts the same. Yield the weight down into the earth. Find stability first. Decide which leg you're going to lift. Okay. And then the two peace fingers go around the big toe. And just like we pressed the foot into the inner leg in the tree pose, same here. So you're pressing the big toe into the fingers a little bit as you're pulling back with the hands and finding a little resistance. Okay. So in this one, there's 3 positions of the leg. It can be forward. Okay. Or it can externally rotate. And the lifted leg goes out to the side. Okay. Or there's a third position where it comes back forward. Arm grabs the outer foot. And it's a revolution, a revolved Uttita Hasta Padangusthasana. Okay. So we'll try the second side. Okay, so once again, balance first in that standing leg. And then maybe you can find the big toe. So the 2 peace fingers around the big toe. And the thumb just goes right on the toenail. Okay. Now, so again, finding the dristi, using that sense of sight. We can also use the sense of hearing. So when you work at listening, start to turn on the vestibular system, your ear. And it sounds a little bit crazy, a little bit wacky, but it's easy. Just see if you can play a little bit, really listen, and see if it can help you find your balance. Okay, give that a little shake, let it go when you're ready. And there's another standing pose we'll talk about a little bit that comes up a lot of time in yoga class called Natarajasana or King Dancer pose. Okay, so with this one again, we want to root down through that standing leg, let the other leg lift up. And this time, the leg's going to go behind. Lifted, that arm externally rotate and reach back. And then if you can, grab the inner ankle. Okay. Yeah, so work to stabilize the pelvis. Okay. And then maybe you just stay here with the knees together. Maybe that other arm reaches skyward. And then a little or a lot, you start to kick that foot back behind you. But once again, lift and reach. All right. Again, of course, using our dristi, using the gaze, using the inner ear. And there's one more little sense in the brain called proprioception. It's our ability to know where the body is in space, even when you can't see it. So like here, making these little adjustments to find balance using that proprioceptive sense helps to train the brain and build more neural connections so that next time you're in a little bit unstable position, the brain has an easier time at finding balance again. So like when you're reaching for something on the top shelf or taking a crazy step across a water puddle or something like that, you have that stability and you have that balance. All right. Hope those help. Keep balancing, keep yogaing.